How y'all doing, man? I'm just coming at y'all with another blog, man. It's approximately, I don't even know what time it is. Oh, it's about like eight something, like 8 o'clock, 8:01, 8:02, something like that. I don't know, but I know it's eight something. Yeah. So I just had on my mind, as y'all can see, what the title of the video is. It's called "Your Slave Master." I mean, excuse me, your slave owner can record. Your slave owner have the permission to record you. Your slave owner has the permission is to record you. Now, what do I mean by that? We all, some of y'all, a lot, most of y'all know. See all these buildings here? There was a brother who was in a situation a couple of days ago. He was encountered with a sister. Now, he loves recording, right? He loves to record videos. He's a video creator, content creator. But they don't know it. He actually advocates for his people. You know what I'm saying? So the the brother now, if somebody tell him that they don't want to be, or they may say make a statement, are you recording me? You not recording me, is you or something like that. Um, Now, although you can respect people's space, and it's nothing wrong with that. You can respect people's space, but at the same time, the brother challenge, and that's the same thing that I would do. I would challenge them like that too. I say, well, look, let me ask you another second question. Since you brought all this up, and I know you're uncomfortable with being on camera, this is what I would say too. You're uncomfortable, and it's not me. I'm not even really. I wouldn't record you. You see what I'm saying? That's the first. Get that out the way now, because I don't really record people and put people in my videos anyway. Whether if I get them anyway, because you walking in town, people naturally gonna accidentally get recorded in your video. Not, it's not that you trying to put them in there, but anyway, some people be like, oh well, I don't want to be on camera. Fine. Um, and I look at that, and if somebody personally tell me, well, look, uh, I'm not really prepared to be on camera. I just don't want to be recorded. I don't want to be on the video. I don't want to do that. Don't record me or whatever. Ooh, please, man, don't put me on that. I like, okay, it's no problem. I won't put you on that or something like that. It's no problem. I have no problem respecting our people. You know what I mean? I have no problem respecting my brother, my sister that says, because I was back in 2020, I think it was. I can't remember, but it was a brother. He came to our house and he fixed our dryer because our dryer wasn't working, but we had it a many years. And I came up in there. He saw me with the computer, with the laptop and stuff, and I'd be excited. I was excited at that moment because I thought maybe I said, well, maybe he probably wouldn't mind being in my video. So I set it down and I had my laptop. I set me a laptop down on the TV, and I had the camera on there on, and he saw that the camera he could see his face through it, and it was like the numbers was moving like, oh, I'm being recorded. He said, uh, "Is that thing recording? Are you recording?" I said, "Yeah." You want to be on? You want to be on YouTube? He said. I said. He, I said, "I tell you what." I said, "Do you want me to delete this?" I said, since you in here, I go ahead and delete it. He said, please do so. Like that. It was funny though, the way it was. Because at that moment I wasn't trying to just deliberately just I'd be excited because I like creating the memories to where you can go back because I have a lot of videos. I might turn around and put them in the title, but I'm gonna get to my topic though. It seemed like I got off the topic, but I haven't. Um, I got a lot of videos to where I record mostly myself in the videos. I have a lot of videos of me talking and just sitting down talking, and it's really actually fun when I go back and look at them videos. Just look at myself recording myself or whatever. So, um, the sister probably, and I understand we all feel uncomfortable because when I first known on YouTube, I was thinking the same thing. I said, I don't want to be in no camera. I don't want to be in no damn camera. Like, whoa, I'll be doing that. When we would go over to some people's house when I was in the Seventh-day Adventist church, when I was in Christianity, some people had already had an iPad, and I didn't know what the hell that was. You know what I mean? But I do know that you can take it, you can post it on YouTube. But I didn't know, I wasn't even on YouTube at that time. And so they would be like, they would try to get me in there, and I would be acting kind of strange because I let them know, hey, don't put me in no YouTube, whatever. You know, and like, hey, I was just saying it with my actions. So what I'm trying to say is, I went through all of that. What I'm actually trying to say is, I have no problem respecting my brothers who don't want to be in a video. But here's where I would challenge that woman at. I would say, look, I don't mean no harm or nothing like that, but I want you to help me understand this here. I understand you don't want to be recorded. I get it. You don't want to be, excuse me, you don't want to be in my video. You don't want to be recorded. Is the so-called white man, no, regardless, he's not going to respect how you feel. If you go in any one of his stores and they got cameras and stuff, some people going to holler and say, well, that's different. That's around a business. What you really saying is that, well, it's a difference if my slave master record me, but you as my brother, a little man, you can't do that to me. Y'all get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make it seem weird or nothing like that, of recording somebody, because I have no problem respecting our people and respecting their space. If you know what I mean, I have no problem with that. But I'm saying I challenged it a bit by saying, well, look, I'm curious. Whether you go in Walmart, Targets, and all them different places, the white man gonna record you whether you want to be recorded or not. And you can't go and say, hey, look, I'm coming in here to shop in your store. Can you please take and turn these cameras off? Can you turn these cameras off? Because if you record me, it's gonna be some shit. You're not gonna be able to go and tell the so-called white man, hey, look, you're gonna turn these cameras off. I'm not coming in his shop. You know what you know what your slave master gonna say? Your slave master gonna say, well, hey, take your ass to another store. That's how our slave, that's what they'll tell us. If I go to a store and I say, hey, look, can y'all tell them to turn the camera? They'll think something, they'll look at you like, what the hell? Your slave master be like, whether you want to be recorded or not, nigga, we gonna record you. Now, if you don't want to be on camera here, we ask you to leave the premises. You ain't got to shop in here. That's what he gonna tell you. So this is what I really want to actually explain to that woman that went to the brother like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. I want to actually go to that. You know, I really want to sit down and have a conversation with certain people, and you know what I'm saying? Because I think it'll be good if us as brothers, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American people, we can come together and we can like discuss these issues and stuff. Because I feel that these are some important issues. And it would be good to bring these situations up. You see what I'm saying? Because if you go to, like I said, if you go in them banks, if you go in them stores, if you go in McDonald's, Burger King, anywhere, you can't go in there and tell that owner of the so-called white man that own that place, hey, look, if you record it, you can't go in there and be like, hey, is y'all recording me? You can't do that going up in there like that. And to me, that's slavery. That's slavery. You get real, think about it. If your brother or your sister is recording you, you get mad and offended, and let's say you be ready to kill them for recording you. But you ain't doing nothing to the so-called white man who gonna record you regardless of whether you like it or not. That's my whole issue. This is what I would tell that sister if I was that brother. Like, I would say they may consider me weird. I'm not being weird, I'm just saying. And that would be goes for a brother too. Hey, brother, don't record me. How in the hell you gonna sue somebody? I'm just bringing this in. How in the hell? And this comes from the so-called white man. These are the double standards that our slave masters pushes. You see what I'm saying? You can think about it. Excuse me, man. I don't like to even use that word. A person who is an Uncle Tom or somebody who don't give a damn can sue you for recording them, right? But you can't sue the so-called white man, though he owned everything. You can't sue him, and he is the most creepiest, dirtiest. Esau is the most creepiest, dirtiest person on the planet. But the so-called white man won't get in trouble. But me, as your brother, can get in trouble if you have a problem with me recording you. Do y'all see what do y'all understand what I'm talking about? Think about it. You can have a issue with me recording you, right? And guess what? The authorities, they will do something about that, right? But if you have a problem with going to their businesses and their stores, and you have a problem with them recording you around their businesses and their stores and stuff, guess what you cannot do? You cannot do a damn thing about it. And that's what the so-called white man gonna tell you. Well, look, there's a difference. We can record you because it's a business. No, because you're a slave and you watching the people that you own as slaves. You are watching the people that you enslave, so-called white men and so-called white woman, all of them, and so-called child, all of them. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Make that make sense to me. The so-called white man, your slave master, can record all of us, whether we want it or not. But guess what? Let us go and have a problem with them recording us. Well, we got to walk up to people and say, um, can I get your consent is to record you? I mean, I'm just trying to make sense out of it. But the so-called white man in them places of businesses, they can record you all day, every day, and you can't do nothing about it. They have all of us on their cameras, and regardless of what we do, we can't do nothing. We can't do nothing about it. No, you can't. Y'all see the double standards? Hey, how you doing there? It's been a long time. Came out late, but I was just talking about the double standards of America. Like, if you look at, like, I mean, I'm not saying that I wouldn't respect people who don't want to be recorded. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah, they don't want you to record. Now think about this here. Here's what I'm talking. Listen to. Here's a double standard. Think about this here. You can, if I go and record somebody without their consent, which I wouldn't do it no way. But I'm just saying that you catch the double standards in it. The so-called white man, they can record you all day, every day, in their businesses, and nothing that you can do about it. You can't do nothing about it. But if you record your brother, they can call up and have you arrested, all of that. But if you go to them and tell them, hey, I'm coming in Target's to shop. I'm coming in here to shop. Could y'all please turn these cameras off? Because if y'all record me, it's gonna be an issue. You're not gonna be able to go in no business, on no place of business, and tell no so-called white man or nobody, hey, they gonna tell you, first of all, if you don't like it here, if you don't want to, we're not doing that. If you don't want to shop here, go somewhere else. That's what they're gonna tell you. You can't do nothing. You can't even sue them or nothing. Yep, they sure will. They'll turn around and you can get in trouble for recording. Like me, I can say, oh, I don't like that. I didn't want that person recording me. I want to thought I'd have press charges and this and that. They're gonna come do it. But guess what? If the other shoes on the other foot, you can't go and say, hey, look, y'all recorded me at Popeyes right there, and I'm gonna do something about it. They're gonna be laughing in the background. They're gonna be laughing at you like, this we own this here. Nigga, we own this shit. What are you talking about? You can't do nothing about that. We own all of this here. That's what they're gonna tell you because they control the world. They all of them control the world. So it ain't nothing that you can do when it comes to their property. Because they're gonna look at it like this here. We own you as a slave. So they had this lady said, are you recording me? And they person had the camera on themselves. But if you tell and you say no, well, and they'll say something like, well, that's different. That's a business. It's this is a place, a workplace. There's a differences. I say, how can it be a difference? What you just said, what you're really saying is, you giving your slave master permission to record you. But me as your brother, I can't do it, which I don't have a problem with respecting what you're saying. I don't have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, yeah, I'm trying to get into a lighter place. Your brother can't record you. Your Hebrew brother, he can't record you. But you're saying my slave master got permission to record me. But you, as a little man, you can't record me. Because I can use that same enemy is to put you in captivity. Captivity means slavery. All right, let me read the comments. Finally coming into some light. This was just on my mind. I was kind of like on my mind, and something just said, do a video about it. That's why I don't go in this store here no more, because they be harassing a lot of so-called black people up in here. And I don't go, I ain't been in there in 3 years. Because I don't want nobody, it's just annoying to have people just sitting up there just watching you and you ain't doing nothing. Hold on here. Okay, I put it up on this. I'm trying to see. I am sick of it. It's sad. God leaves us the same. God, I'm sick of it. It's sad. God loves us the same. So you're saying that God loves all people the same is what you're saying, right? Okay. When you look at our people that's in the ghetto and in the slums, living in the worst place in every neighborhood, in every city and state that you go in, then you got the so-called white men. You got all of them. They live in a good area. It's just like it's no invested areas, no drug areas. They live in rich, wealthy, and they living in the best of the parts of the hood, the neighborhoods. And we live in the worst department of every city, state that we live in. So it goes like this here. How can he love everybody when he only punished one race of people? All of this is biblical in the Bible, because guess what? The Bible is all about the Hebrew Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people. It's not about the other God. All the other nations had a hand in Israel's captivity. Yeah. We live, this is called like modern day slavery, but all of them have a tie connection, because ask yourself this question: how did our people get into America? Deuteronomy 28:68 says that the so-called black man an African American man, came over here on slave ships. Now here's the next question: how did our people get the name African American? That's another question that you need to ask yourself. Because look, the name African in America is two white men's names. And your slave master gave you them names and called you African American. African American was named by a man by the name of Leosippius Anaconus, America's Vespucci. He was a so-called white man. So when you call yourself African, first of all, we are not Africans, although the Africans sold our people to the so-called white man. The African nations came from Ham in the Bible. Ham is the progenitor and the forefathers uh, of the Africans, the dark race, not the Negroes. They're two different races, and I can prove that. You see, because yeah, the Africans, although we look similar, but we're not the same people. You know, the Africans. There was a what you call over in 70 A.D. The real Jews had to flee from Jerusalem because that's why our people originally is from Jerusalem. Yeah. So, okay, all right. Yeah, Africa is one white man's name, and America is named after another white man. When they took and they renamed these countries after they took them over. Now, before you became African American, what was you called before um, before 1985? We've been raped, we've been robbed of our identity, of our true identity. So I'm gonna talk about it some more when I get in my house. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But anyway, like I said, your enemy, they can record you all day long, every day. They can record you, and you can do nothing about it. Because they say a lot of people say, "Hey, don't put me on camera." Well, guess what? Your enemy got you on camera. They got probably what you call them things, skyscrapers or some shit like the 5G tower. They say they got some stuff, some cameras in the sky. You can't even see them. They way up in the air, and they record. They can record all of your private conversations in your house. They can record all your private conversations in your house, and you don't even know it. It's probably what you call the secret secret cameras. Yeah. Yeah. So I see y'all later. I'll be back.